All right, here we go. This is actually a tournament test, the test tournament qualifier game. Probably the first one. I guess the first one that's going to be on my channel. I have once again maplestage here with me in Discord, and this is going to be on Salt. The green player on the left side, it is Pave or Pave, depending on how Frisky Cow would like to say it. He is in a classic saucer.
And his opponent on the bottom right, or no bottom, just right, Gocreate01 in the Void Angel as the carbon player.
So on Salt, it really... Okay, so I guess this mech pairing here, it really depends on how this game is going to go. If it gets standoffish, obviously the Angel player is going to have a big advantage. But if it gets chaotic and hectic, especially with the F3 active abduct, I would give the advantage to the saucer player.
It does look like Gocreate has a slightly faster opening, although he is standing a bit too far away from the outpost. His snipe is getting a lot of fall-off damage reduction. Pave earlier tried to abduct his stinger on his side, but didn't quite get it, so
right.
His progress is actually basically zero right now.
Pretty much zero. But he has a lot of units that are coming for this first outpost. 2 anti-air, probably not necessary, especially Gocreate has not shown any signs of coming to harass.
Especially like when we're talking about an Angel, it's a bit more difficult to like land in there and get.
Right. At the very most, you're going to be worried about maybe 1 creep kill, which is not actually that hard to defend as long as you react once you see the Angel and just pick up your creeps.
Gocreate does look like he's going to try to go for mid. Well, oh, it was the spectator bug, like you know how the longhorn appears. Like, I thought he was going to carry the thing, but it was just
right. Yeah, that I believe that bug popped up when I asked Ken to be able to show everyone's cargo regardless of who you're focused on. So that I think that's my fault. Your fault. It's pretty much my fault, yeah. But Gocreate, I guess you can call him ahead of the mid-fire right now, even though none of his units are actually in range of any of the mid-neutrals. It's 16 to 16 right now, actually, so it's exactly even in terms of upkeep. Pave is about to actually lose a flacker. Oh god. But now Gocreate making a wall of flackers on the bottom lane. Interesting choice.
Pave gonna go with heavy mines.
Where does he decide to put that?
Maybe it's like saucers just like to use heavy mines for some reason.
I'm gonna go with that for now, until I can get a better explanation, honestly. But Pave not trying to abduct any of the neutrals on the inside. You know, he could probably get that Jackal. I'm pretty sure... Okay, there you go. Now he is going to get the bottom lane neutrals, which are very easy to abduct since there is no AA, but it does allow Gocreate to pretty much capture and control middle.
Pave does get the lockbox as well, so he looks like he's going to trade ownership of mid for a couple of neutrals and the lockbox. He's actually going to be pushing it there now, I guess.
No,
a little bit late. Wait, no, they're going
bottom lane
again.
Okay, I guess he's gonna take the bottom lane.
No, they're going.
I think they were on follow, and then he probably set them to move, you know, to cursor location.
It's a little bit of a strange decision because he put heavy mines there, right? Like usually you don't push the location that you put the heavy mines there because you don't want the enemy to be there.
Right. So,
it's
god.
Kind of to guarantee. Oh, there is a push to the carbon to the top as well.
So we have 2 pushes.
His flackers getting picked off immediately.
Very easy. There's so many units down there at the bottom for Pave. But Gocreate's units are now about to hit that outpost and will easily get us around and neutralize.
Looks like both teams will be able to neutralize their respective outposts here. But Gocreate doing a bit of damage with that sniper, and his energy guardians allowed him to fire and boost out there without losing too much energy.
But Pave is going to be able to get control of this. Oh, you mean the bottom left, the top left?
You're saying?
He doesn't have any infantry though. He didn't bring any creeps or anything.
Yeah, that is a bit of a mistake. Actually, so neither of these players have infantry. Like usually, if you want to push, you queue up a couple of infantry and you just drop them with the push.
Yeah, more than a couple even. Something like 8 would be a good number, honestly, depending on how confident you are in your neutralization of the outpost you're trying to push.
There are a couple of stray longhorn going to mid for some reason.
Oh, for green side.
They're going under the bridge. Actually, no, they're going to the outpost that is neutral.
So
Gocreate. Oh, Pave abducts another Longhorn. And that's actually a pretty big blow right now. Gocreate cannot afford to lose units. He's at a rather large upkeep deficit, so Pave's gonna come in with the death ray. He's actually getting sniped. He's taking the damage.
That's very dangerous.
He does blink out of there though.
And Pave can actually abduct that, you know, that Gaddy very easily since there's no AA.
But he's still low, so like it's a really risky move, especially with how Angels can hit air mechs right now. So like that's, or I should say mechs in the air. But...
With the amount of energy he has right now, a Q heal would be pretty much the perfect move.
A single, a passing creep.
Oh god. That was close. That was.
He's actually retreating his units. I'm not sure why he's doing that. I think that's like there's nothing for Carbon.
I think he has them on follow, and I don't think he deliberately changed them to hold position when he was in that area over there. So they are basically coming back to him right now.
Well, this does mean that Carbon will regain control of that bottom right.
Right, but if Pave's units go all the way back, he actually might stand a chance of pushing this outpost and getting it back under his control as well. There's not too many units left over here for Gocreate.
So there could be an incoming hard reset here.
Yeah.
Actually, the outpost does go up to green, but that does distract the Carbon team, and Gocreate is trying to micro his units instead of actually landing and firing, so I think the green team got the better of the exchange here.
Well, he did move that hat away from the tanks.
Pave, extremely low, exposed there. Does go down.
That's unfortunate. This might allow Gocreate to basically clear all the units over here, just using his Angel Snipe.
And with those Energy Guardians, he actually is able to finish off all those. And nope, he does. Actually, the Ratchet went down to some Carbon units.
I think Pave retreated one or something like that, right? Oh, okay, but his creeps even take it. But the T-99 goes on the left side of the post. He could socket it, and that would be really, really strong. He's actually dropping
low for them on the other side.
I guess he just
wants to... I guess he's just content with keeping it neutral instead of actually trying to get back.
That's... I don't know, man. That makes me a little bit
Probably,
sad.
Like, if you want to build T-99s, like, they have more range, right? Like, than the tanks, so you probably want to drop them, like, where they have a clear line of sight.
Right. But, I mean, in that scenario, even if he dropped them right in front of the tanks, he could have used his mech to distract the tanks, and he would have been able to get the better of that battle really, really quick. And instead, he is actually choosing to abduct. Okay. And, okay, that worked. Hey, if it works, it works. And now Gocreate coming with a couple of infantry.
Could use some levelers right now, though. Like, he is
some,
a bit
whoppers.
Supply capped.
They're not levelers, dang it, Maple.
Ah, whoppers. Like, there was no reason for that change. That change was completely uncalled for.
It was kind of weird, but because they
I mean,
like,
it wouldn't make sense to call it levelers.
That's true.
Like, why didn't we just give Generator, you know, its old rollback?
I'm not really sure what was with the Burger King name, but hey, got us thinking, I guess.
I did hear from someone in chat before that, like, Whopper was some reference to, like, a computer or something, I think.
Oh, really? I don't know. That's... Huh.
Or some sort of, like, yeah. So, well, it probably wasn't Burger King.
In today's society, I don't really care what it was a reference to. When I hear Whopper, I think Burger King.
It's the internet, so it was Burger King. It was Burger King.
So, Gocreate actually ferrying a lot of the
That's
T99s.
a very optimistic hat drop there. I think it does go down immediately.
That would have been epic if it worked, though. That would have been... Oh, God. And he puts heavy mines next to turrets, which don't really have much hope of doing anything, honestly. So, yeah, Gocreate able to keep the pressure up.
That was psychological warfare, RUI. Like, he's dropping those
the heavy mines?
like, next to the T99s, because, like, he's kind of taunting the T99s, like, hey, don't you wish you could move to attack this outpost? But even if you could move, you couldn't. So it's like insult to injury, you know.
It's just extra in your face kind of thing. It's more of a taunt, honestly, than anything.
Is that a T99 drop?
It was a T99 drop, yes. And Pave picked up the lockbox, but has no energy left.
I think he'll get back with his boost.
And he hops back.
Gocreate.
Yes. Oh no! What? He got the sniper shot. Oh my god, that was amazing! He was on the other side of the fort! How is that even possible?
I was about to say that was an extremely risky play by him with the flak and the T99 shooting at him, but
I know.
he gets the kill.
It worked out.
This T99 is still actually doing some damage here, so these low tier tricks are actually surprisingly effective in this game.
Yeah, and Gocreate now finally responding to it. That actually took away about maybe 15% of his health. And it will definitely get it. Oh, it might get one kill on the Longhorn. No, it'll lose. But it does give Pave the opportunity to try to take this close outpost back.
Gocreate actually going to be taking a lockbox. Looks like he'll get both of them. And he does have access to Goliaths now, so that will be a rather large benefit to his forces.
So we have another drop
coming
here.
in with a Longhorn drop again. Actually, dropping it on... Like, he was considering dropping on the same side.
Back, right. Oh,
he
no!
cannot duck. He's out of energy.
He's out of energy,
really
yeah.
Unfortunate.
There's like a minimum amount of energy. I don't think Abduct
How did he
itself...
run out of energy that fast? Like,
He was blinking all the way there, basically.
Oh, that's an extremely ambitious play to make.
Yeah. That kind of sucks, man. That would have been really effective, actually, to take both of those Longhorn and turn them against the fort.
Pave once again dropping that T-99, dropping the heavy mine right in front of the T. He tries to abduct the T-99 there. That was being killed.
Yeah, he abducted the front one, unfortunately. Yeah.
Again, he comes out with another heavy mine to further oppress this T-99.
The Longhorn still has not been responded to, though, by Gocreate.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Like, he could theoretically win this game just with drops at this point. Like,
and now Pave has enough energy to abduct the second Longhorn. Okay, and he repositions the first one. And the creep drop! Oh my god, that's pretty high tier right there. I'm very impressed.
Damage is coming down. It does breach the 50% mark. Pave using Death Ray with so low energy. I don't think that's the call to make here. He is going to have to blink out there to save himself. But
that was a pretty baller move, I must admit. That was pretty awesome. Death Raying right in front of the face of an angel next to its fort. I mean, wow, it takes balls. There's a free T99.
Saucer players have so much personality, man.
I agree. I am a Saucer main from the beginning, and I totally support that statement. And Pave with another.
He's blinking again. I'm not sure about the blink.
He's really in a rush. No, don't drop it at the top, Pave. Go to the back. There you go.
He can't duck the Goliaths with his level.
But he can get
the
Longhorns.
He doesn't realize that, but the Gorgon comes out, and he's actually going to have to leave immediately. More damage coming down from this Longhorn, though.
And Gocreate not putting anything in front to block the damage, so he's going to just continually take damage.
He's down to 1/3, so that is theoretically winnable. Like if he does like maybe 3 to 4 more drops successfully.
Pave definitely has a chance of winning this, considering Gocreate's responses to his fort drops. Pave choosing not to blink all the way there, that's probably the better decision at this point because of the potential to abduct. He's almost level 7, which would be really awesome. Oh no, there's a Gorgon. Oh no, Pave,
He's trying to abduct the Gorgon, but it doesn't work. He's still not high level enough.
Does not set the Longhorn to attack, unfortunately.
Wait, Pave was trying to get the Goliath as well. He didn't realize he almost...
But he's able to blink away. He had enough energy to blink away, so that's good.
There's actually been like no conflict over the outpost in quite some time.
Yeah, it's been hilarious. It's been basically
it would have been nice
dropping.
to use the new lucky AI or shooters or even bot spawners. Like if you can just drop a couple of those while you're doing your harass, like it can eventually turn the tide in your favor by taking those outposts.
Pave trying to drop a heavy mine in front of the Goliaths, but they do have a 10-second arm time, so he was not able to actually get those to be effective on the Goliaths. You really need to put them way ahead of the push path because they are basically designed to be a predictive defensive unit, not really a reactive one.
Creeps coming in for Pave. He is gonna. I think that was his. That was his saucer teleportation.
Yes.
Thing.
And he's actually able to retake his close. So, wow. 28 to 40 right now. So, Gocreate is definitely still ahead. Oh, gosh. Gangster drops are coming in. But Pave does have a lunchbox.
There is a lunchbox, but that is going to buy him a little bit more time. Reduce the damage. He actually does another drop on this. But no! The Longhorn is not targeting wide, so it's going to shoot the Gorgon instead.
Not set to attack. It's very important, ladies and gentlemen, to set your units on attack command so they prioritize the fort over anything else surrounding. But
Pave actually abducts all those gangsters.
Yep, free gangsters.
Doing fort drops against saucers are just like kind of a bad move unless considering the upkeep advantage that Gocreate had before. Like, there's no real reason to do fort drops against the saucer.
Right.
Like, you kind of just want to win conventionally, like, rather than just give up that free upkeep. And he doesn't really need the damage. It's not like the green team's health has been reduced significantly at all.
Yeah, it's not really a strategy to go for at this point. He's ahead in income and outpost control, so, or at least he was. And that
there
was
are actually
probably
4 neutral lockboxes sitting at the middle. One of them is sitting to the side, to the left for some reason.
That's the one that Pave picked up and then had to drop because he was out of energy.
Oh, sad day for Pave.
But yeah, if anybody who decides to drop against the saucer, you cannot leave your units there. You need to babysit them and continually pick them up to prevent the abduct from that saucer. Is probably
It does drop a T99, but
go.
it gets taken up by Gocreate almost instantly, and he actually drops a heavy for some reason.
And
maybe he was repositioning it, but
so Gocreate's clump of gangsters with a single Gorgon slowing them down. Okay, now the Gorgon is... Wait, what the heck is happening here? They decided to all slow down. Okay, now they finally decided to adapt to Gorgon speed. So the gangsters are coming in.
There's that heavy mine. For the first time, I think, in this game, that heavy mine is going to kill.
Oh!
It does get 3.
That's actually pretty substantial. And now Pave is at level 7.
Oh, he's extremely low.
Oh.
Landing right in front of the Angel and that Gorgon.
Well,
and now
the
he loses
gangsters...
to Goliath as well. He has... Oh, another heavy mine goes off, but that is substantial damage.
It softened them up.
And there's another one at the end, so it looks like this carbon push is going to be basically nothing by the time it reaches. That's a bit of a late mine drop, but it should still be enough to clean it up.
I'm waiting in anticipation to see this mine go off, and there you go. Oh man, this is a lot more exciting than I thought it would be.
Gocreate has been overcommitting to this drop idea. Like he's been trying to go for the fort a lot, like, with this push with these drops.
And
I feel like he doesn't really need to do that. Like he can just take these block boxes, which he is doing now. But like I feel like it's not necessary to commit to these really aggressive attacks when you control mid and you have that potential upkeep. Like total advantage. You might just want to play defensively and let the other team make the risky moves.
Well, yeah, that and he did some strange pushes, like just that one just there was directly to fort instead of going from post to post, and the posts weren't very heavily defended.
This Goliath is actually chipping away at the fort. That's a substantial amount of damage. I think Gocreate should prioritize blocking it at this point. He's not going to block it though.
These are kind of basic AirMech tactics. Yeah.
I don't think Gocreate has a lunchbox in his loadout, and Pave does, so that's an advantage that he does not want to face.
At this point, Pave could actually drop win pretty easily. There aren't really any defenses left at Gocreate's fort, and Pave does seem to... Well, Gocreate doesn't really seem to know the kind of basic fort drop defense tactics, you know, especially at this amount of health that he has left. Priority definitely needs to be on blocking.
Pave at this point should probably not be dropping heavy mines. Like, now when you control the game, like, well, I mean, it's an okay decision, I guess. Like at the very least, the majority of the carbon units they will do something.
They're at the bottom area right now. I mean,
yeah.
I guess he's aware, or at least he might be aware of how sort of the unit distribution on the map for Gocreate, and so whether it was intentional or not, those heavy mines are actually in probably the best location they could be at this point.
Yeah, I guess I would agree with that. But this RD drop is a bit of a questionable because usually like you want to abuse that range because it's outside of the radar range, so you can just eventually have these kind of oh, and he actually loses it, but to the abduct, that's unfortunate. But usually you use these things to like neutralize them in secret while you're applying pressure elsewhere, but like landing there and sniping kind of gives away your position, so kind of defeats the purpose of that move.
Well, on Salt, there aren't really too many like reasonable locations or options to do that. But really, if he was gonna choose a unit to supplement his own fire, an artillery unit is definitely not the right choice for that purpose. Really, pretty much anything else that does ground damage.
It looks like Gocreate does realize that there are heavy mines here, though. He's bringing out ratchets. Actually, they're not in range.
There you go.
Right, this one is, but these two are not.
He actually can set the ratchets on a capture command, and that would actually do it. If his goal was to go down the path, down that lane, and he realizes there's nothing down there to kill his ratchets. Setting a single ratchet on attack, or sorry, on a capture, would have been able to defuse all of those.
He does get all the mines though,
attention.
but Gocreate doesn't know that. So like he's being extremely cautious. He's continuing to move up the ratchets because he doesn't know where the mines are. He's actually going to lose one of these ratchets to the T99s. And once again, Pave has abducted one of these Longhorn. He's actually high enough level to abduct the Gorgon as well, and he will get it.
That is scary.
No, dude, he needs to leave immediately. Like, that was an extremely risky move. He was trying to get out with the Gorgon against an Angel Snipe. That would have been pretty risky, but that's a lot of damage being dealt. And the Longhorn is still firing. I think it's trying to hit the Gaddy, but it can't.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's happening.
Instead, despite it not being on wide. But that was actually a one-shot from Gocreate at the back of the... Pretty interesting to see.
But Gocreate is like crazy low right now. I really wanted to see Pave abduct that Goliath. That would have been a great move. Because there wasn't really, after abducting the Gorgon, there wasn't really any AA in the area to prevent him from doing that. And Gocreate was trying to snipe the Gorgon down. So that would have been a perfect opportunity to try to grab that Goliath to do. That might have even been able to finish the game at that point.
Gocreate looks like he's trying to do a bit of scouting to see whether or not there's an opening for him to attack this fort, but that's a pretty well defended fort with that many T99s. He actually adds another one, I think. Yeah, so this fort is completely stocked. Oh, Pave really does go down to a Gorgon. That's a nice little opportunity here for Gocreate to pick off something. Looks like he might be able to get this Goliath.
But Pave almost got that Goliath abducted. He could have just blinked away, re-healed, and finished it off. But instead he kind of just overextended and got himself killed by that Gorgon. But now Gocreate putting a Gorgon down at fort for
the heavy mine does go off on these carbon units, and that's going to soften them up a little bit. 2 T99s here to defend. That's not going to be enough against these 3 Goliaths, but it does do a bit of damage.
But more fort drops.
That is another drop coming in. It doesn't do as much damage as the previous drops though.
But every little bit is actually pretty relevant at this stage of the game.
He gets another neutral lockbox, so another free bit of cash to make another attack with. Gocreate desperately trying to make another fort push, but it's taken so much damage from these heavy mines and those 2 T99s that shot them as they were passing. And it looks like they will be triggered by a couple more, I think.
I think
he's actually going to pause them, but they're taking damage from the creep, and that's an extremely low Longhorn. I mean, Goliath.
Well, he does have one ratchet.
And finish it off.
Oh god,
he's going to try to duck something. He will get a Goliath, I think. He's so low. I think he should have gotten the Gorgon first. But...
Probably. That probably would have been their decision. A couple more ratchets going down for Gocreate, but there's so much firepower over here. The 2 Goliaths passing by does lose. I think the Gorgon went down.
Gocreate does level up, keeps him alive for a little bit longer, but this battle is basically over. He should probably just try to evacuate while he still can.
The crazy thing is...
Pave, though.
Oh, there you go.
He gets killed by the Goliath as he passes. And in this situation, that's worse news for the Carbon team.
That probably. The crazy thing to me, I think, is it's 49 to 37. But looking at all the units out on the field, you wouldn't think it's as close to being even as it actually is. The majority of Gocreate's units are sitting back at his fort for defense, and is Pave going to do a T99 drop? No. God, I thought he was about to, though. That would have been insane.
He's been doing that like throughout this game.
Well, but he switched to Longhorn drops, so, you know, I was kind of hoping to see more of that. Okay, the Gocreate is now doing a retreat. He did a fallback command. Grabbing the box.
He does have gangsters in his loadout, so like that might help him capture an outpost or something.
So this is kind of a problem with a lot of you know, players that don't really know how to finish a game. At this point, Pave could, you know, he has those Goliaths. Just do a couple more drops and do them in such a way that he can maybe send one, go back for one, do a couple of drops close together and get the finish. And a couple gangsters getting sent by Gocreate right now.
I don't really think attacking the fort at this point is a good idea for Carbon. Like, it's a bit too ambitious to do that with so much defense, and there's a lunchbox.
Right, and
like,
he's
he
so
should probably
far.
focus on just. You need to at least cheese an outpost. Like in this situation, you can't really hope to get that much damage done without having an outpost nearby.
Well, and also it's relevant to note that Pave still has like 90% of his fort health. So this late in the game, if you're going to try to do some drops, really your goal is to get a finish, which Gocreate is nowhere near accomplishing. And Pave actually grabbing that bottom right outpost right now with his you know, ultimate ability creep spawn.
And
So,
right now, I don't think Gocreate can actually commit anywhere with his mech to attack. Because like the moment he does so, even if he successfully manages to cheese an outpost, like Pave can just come in with one Goliath, drop it, and like that's game. Because he's just so low at this point.
well, it does look. Oh, speaking of one Goliath coming in, oh, it's so low, and it's gonna get finished off by the T-99 before it gets any shots off on the fort.
Gocreate does manage to neutralize this bottom outpost. He does need one more creep to take it though. He will bring it. That's a really damaged creep. Only has 10 HP, but
Wait,
the
if it's
outpost
alive.
will go back up.
So Pave concentrating on taking and holding that top outpost for now. Oh, and drops heavy mines right in front of units. That's pretty much the way to have them not work. You need to drop them well in advance.
Oh, actually goes off
push.
on one of these derping. He followed, went around and kind of went back and triggered the mine.
That was pretty interesting. So Pave now with an artillery. I don't know what the plan is here for that.
It was supposed to be a stealth drop.
There you go. He got caught.
He wasn't supposed to see the surprise. Gocreate's spoiling it for everyone.
That push actually from Gocreate still going to top. So Pave not anywhere close. But Gocreate not supporting his push as well. There's only the Gaddy on the socket really to defend, so I guess there's not much for him to actually worry about. And now Pave using his units.
It does look like this outpost will go down, I think. Wait, is he going for the outpost? It looks like they're continuing to go forward.
Oh.
Looks like they're on Y yet again.
Hey, weird.
It's still really, it's too ambitious at this point. He really needs to take back an outpost, I think.
I guess he just feels like he's so behind. He really just needs to go with an all-in push. He doesn't really realize that traversing the entire map with incredibly slow-moving units against a player that's ridiculously spamming heavy mines is probably not really a good decision. But
not like he's
going for it
boxed
anyway.
in by heavy mines. He has no choice but to drop them, to ferry them over. Looks like he might neutralize the outpost, but he'll lose basically all his units here.
It's really too far behind enemy lines for it to really do anything productive, I think. Even if he does get it neutralized, the majority of his units are just going to get pretty much mauled by anything on Pave's side of the map, and it's really easy for Pave to go back and forth and just kill units.
Pave is doing a push to the bottom right. He manages to take the outpost, and there are a couple of Goliaths and Gorgons moving across. There's a much smaller push coming across from Carbon, but that's a lot of damage being dealt to them already. And with one Goliath, there's so many T-99s here, so it shouldn't be a problem.
And has a lunchbox shield as well. 65 units worth of upkeep on the field. I wonder how many of those are in heavy mines. According to the loadout counters, which are for the most part inaccurate, it's 10. I don't know how true that is. But Gocreate now trying to fly to the other side of the map. And I'm not really sure what he's trying to do with this Goliath over here.
Like, there's just no opening. There's T-99s in every single socket.
And
he's not even going to break through the lunchbox shield, I think.
Most likely no. There you go.
That's a sad day for him. He's just so low, he's going to die for sure. A passing, like, oh, he's dead. No. Okay, he heals back up. He survives it somehow.
He survived the attack. Awesome. Oh, but all of his gangsters are dead. The socketed T-99s are just too much to handle. They do a double burst every other volley. So if you guys notice the way that T-99s fire, they just shoot, and they pause, and they shoot, and they pause. Well, every one of those, you know, sets of shots, that would be a single burst, and every other burst on a socket, it's a double burst. So it does 1.5 times its normal DPS on a socket.
This is an interesting position to push from for Pave. Okay, where is he going with this? Looks like he actually wants to go around all the way.
No, that not gonna happen. We're approaching a half hour on this game. Pave could pretty much end this with maybe 2 Goliath drops at most, as long as they're dropped in a,
Yeah, even infantry drops, like just pick
Right.
up 4 level 4 creeps and then use your teleport. That's 8 creeps. Like on the
Right.
corners should be enough to finish it.
And yeah, as long as he puts it on a side
Actually,
that's
I
not
think
really
this push
defended.
alone should be able to do it.
2 Goliaths, probably.
Oh, Gocreate does go
Oh!
down. Yeah, there's no way now. He can't even block if he wanted to.
And even if he was able to survive this attack, Pave is about to get domination. There was only 1 outpost left in his way, and supporting with his own death ray, this is pretty much it. And Gaddy's...
Gocreate making an artillery, but it's not going to be the one that saves the day here. Pave doing a little bit of a celebration lap around the fort.
And there you go. It is Pave going to be taking it over Gocreate01. I have no idea which of the 4 random tournaments this came from, because today was tournament test day, so Pave decided to submit his replay against Gocreate, which was actually a very interesting game, I must say.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It was a lot more back and forth.
It was good practice for us as well.
So everyone, once again, maplestage does cast fairly regularly, and I know this game is kind of, I mean, we're out of early access, we are on the verge of exploding, I'm hoping, and yeah, so check out his channel, submit
either exploding
replays.
or imploding.
Yeah, it's a toss-up every day. You look at the Steam charts and you're like up and down.
Something's gonna happen.
And unautomated tournaments are a thing of the present, apparently, so they're going to be here to stay very soon, and hopefully fully functional, I'm guessing. Hopefully.
Incastable.
Incastable. Would be great. Anyway, this is RUI with maplestage, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.